Right, I'm going to show you how we collect some evidence in the Scene of Crime training school. A few words about the heads-up display. This icon here indicates that I'm wearing gloves. I've got a full bodysuit on and boots. You can't get access to the Scene of Crime room without that. This says I'm carrying a swab, a camera, a marker, and an evidence label. And to use those, I click on them. Now we go into the Scene of Crime room, where a mock-up of a murder is. So here's our victim. First thing we need to do is to mark it. So we click on the marker, click on the blood, then take a photograph, and then swab it. This has to be done in the right order. The student will be prompted if it's in the wrong order. So the swab is then wrapped up and put away, at which point we're allowed to label it. The label is automatically filled in with the information that's been given by the student and by the date and so on. And then we can save that, and you can process all the evidence at once if you want to, or you can take it bit by bit to the crime lab, which is next door. So into the crime lab, and there's various things in here. There's some slides and a microscope for examining fibres. There's the incident board over here. As you'll see on the incident board, there's various suspects, the victim, and the photographs that you take. They automatically appear. There's a fingerprint processing station there, a scanner. There's a gas chromatograph here, which can be used for an advanced exercise for people who get through all the other ones to examine some cocaine to try and link the suspect with other crimes. And here's where we process the blood. Now, this happens quite automatically with the students, but the basic idea is that the swab is put in the test tube here. A restriction enzyme is put in with it. This just breaks the DNA strands into multiple elements of different sizes. These are then placed in this machine, which performs electrophoresis, which basically, because the DNA is charged, if we apply an electric field, then the larger particles will move, larger strands will move more slowly, and so they'll spread out. It's just a lot like paper chromatography. So it's quite understandable, quite accessible. In fact, to make it happen, you just need to click, and the swab goes into the test tube. The restriction enzyme is added. Some dye is added. Then a pipette is used to place part of that into a well in a gel, and that's what the DNA strands travel through. As I say, the shorter ones will travel the fastest. So the lid is put back on. You can see the meter, the power supply is on. A timer is set to 30 minutes. And you can see the pattern appearing as the timer winds back to 0. And there's a camera overhead which will get the image into the PC, and the PC is then able to identify whose blood it is. And the conclusions are identified on the incident board quite automatically. So that's how it works. And when you've got all three pieces of evidence processed, you can go through to the Crown Prosecution Service, and you can either graduate at that point, or if you've done this quite swiftly, there's a further exercise you can do, as I say, with identifying the cocaine. Thank you.